2. What you bring us?
Welcome back to Ed and everybody out there in the to Rubbing the Rhubarb, episode
20.
20.
Wow.
Wow.
Big 2.
We appreciate you joining us. On with me, Big Colin. I have Donnie G and Bruce, the originator, the masturbator, the mastermind podcast.
Wow.
Juice. Talking to me.
What's up? What's up? You said rap change. I don't know.
I want to know how you feel.
What do you mean rap change? Did it get better?
No.
What do you mean?
Definitely not. No, it's all good. All right? I mean, that's like, I wasn't know what he was on.
I don't know. You talk to people today and they're like, what are you kidding me? Rap is never coming back.
Sure, if I was 15, I was saying something.
Didn't Drake come out with his 2000
Single of the year
song?
Yeah.
I know.
No, I don't know. Every generation thinks the generation after it is shit, right?
No, I'm going to fuck with you, dude. Like, I'm going to say that, you know, being, again, 4,982 years old, in the, you know, growing up, you know, when you first start listening to music in the early 60s, right, and you're hearing oldies from the 50s, and you get the transitions, you know, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Now I have kids, 2000, and then my kids stopped listening to music after, like, you know, anything past 2005. They're like, this is shit. You know, I don't know.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I'm only going by what the kids are saying.
Yeah, we touched on this in the previous episode that when I got home from school, you know, I used to draw on religious. I want to back then, and they used to have an old school that knew, you know, whenever you home for the summer, they have an old school and they play all like 80s,
yeah,
70s, and old pop. The new now, so we'll do whatever they call it.
And what is
old stuff that we call it.
Yeah.
Like stuff in the 90s. So,
well, dude, I'm going to tell you what. So my daughter doesn't work there anymore. She worked for one of the, I won't mention the name, I don't want to get sued, one of the largest talent agencies in the country. And she was booking shows for, I don't know, I don't want to mention groups, I don't want to get in trouble, but, you know, marquee names from the 80s, they're filling up fucking venues, and they're getting big bucks.
We're all chasing that feeling, right? We're all chasing that nostalgia, aren't we?
Dude, I was talking to a buddy of mine who screams over Van Halen, not Van Hagar, but Van Halen, right? And he went to a concert. I'm like, dude, how was it? And he goes, music was, you're going back in time. It was fantastic. He goes, but there's no hot chicks, just fat chicks and old ball cats. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to that. I don't want to see that.
Yeah. I think everyone's chasing that nostalgia, right? I mean, you find yourself in, like, you have a private moment, like you just find something that brings you back.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you 1,000%, but I will tell you, the last concert I went to at PNC Arts Center with my kids bought the tickets. They were like, hey, Dad, do you want to go to this? I'm like, well, who's going to be there? Poison, Cheap Trick, and I forget, Foreigner. Like the three of them were there. And my kids were going, you know, I'm like,
I would go
you're
see
20.
Poison.
Why are you going to see this? And they're like, it's great music. Oh, fuck.
Everything that is old. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Here's what I say to people, right? So, like, my kids are listening to shit from 70s and 80s, right? When I was growing up in the 60s and 70s, I wasn't listening to music from the 20s and the 30s, right? I just wasn't.
What did all right, so I got two questions. So you being a bit older, what was the first song that you remember that had you? Like, what was the first
Anything from the Beatles.
anything? Is there one specific song?
I mean, Penny Lane, because my father was a fireman and they talked about a fireman in the song and it rang the bell. And I was like 8, you know.
That's cute.
Not 9. But like anything from the Beatles, and then anything from that. I mean, there isn't a song. My wife hates the 60s. She's like, I'm 60s to death. I don't ever want to hear anything from the '60s ever again.
Yeah.
So I would say the Beatles would be huge.
Who's your buddy?
That's such a great question. One of the first songs that ever hooked me because I was such a Ninja Turtles kid, Ninja Rap.
Living a life? Wow.
You know what? I'm going to pull my answer back. I think the first song that knocked me out was "Only in America" by Jay and the Americans. I don't know if you know that.
Mm-hmm.
If I played it, you'd heard it. If I played it, you'd recognize it. Yeah, Jay and the Americans. I had to be 6 or 7, and I was invited to a stupid party and they were playing it. I was like, "This was the best thing in the world." I should have never.
Well, was it stuff that you're
I would say, my mom was relatively young when I was a kid, right? So, because back then they got married at fucking 12, right? So,
23 according to Ancestry.com.
wow.
Yeah, Juice Head here likes to spend his life in the rear view mirror and the Wayback Machine. So he probably is right.
I can't do any digging up of my own family.
Right. Yeah, I think it's fucking weird. Okay.
You don't know where you're going. No. You don't know where
yeah, I'm not. I don't buy that at all.
Mine was Give Me the Night by Cody. Oh. That was.
I gotta tell you what, man. Your old man must have really been into kind of bluesy. I love George Benson. By the way, you know what I read about George Benson? Financially, probably one of the smartest men. Yeah, he'd make. Yeah, ever hear of a Buffalo Nickel?
Sure.
He's so fucking tight with his money, he can make that Buffalo shit on the nickel. Squeezes it so fucking hard. And I'm like, wow, how did that guy figure it out, right? And a lot of people, like Grace Slick from Jefferson Starship, Jefferson Airplane, she couldn't shit her money away fast.
Yeah, I guess it's whatever.
I don't know. I think when you're coming in, you're not going to keep coming in forever. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's pivot to sports stars. How come they shit away the place?
Evander?
I think there's a bigger emphasis on it now. I mean, they did ESPN did a whole special about
Broke.
Yeah, just about guys who had it.
I like Ocho Cinco now. He was on 30 for 30, driving around in a Yugo, smoking cigars. He was on a car. Yeah. I wonder why.
He did all that. I think
I don't know. You think Ocho Cinco still has money?
I bet he does.
Do you think Ocho Cinco is? Can you still make money with Ocho Cinco with that intellectual property, that intellectual capital? Is there money to be still made with Ocho Cinco?
Yes.
I think so too.
Dude, he's just a master of marketing. I think he's actually brilliant in a strange way. And in addition to being a great football player, but I think he's brilliant. I listen to him talk now, he's hilarious. He does this show, I can't remember the name of the show, but he does it with Shannon Crowder, he is, and Brandon Marshall, and he's called I Am Athlete. Is that it?
I'm not familiar.
But it's great. He has like guests on, they talk about just this, like what they do when they finally make it. Like what pressure is like from your family and friends and the people that you came up with.
Always asking.
Yeah. How do you distance yourself from that, take care of yourself?
You got it.
You have to say no. And just how to struggle doing that.
My wife will even say, you give the children everything they ask for.
Well, yeah.
Hey, dude, you two are both sports fucking nuts, way worse than I am. So I was watching this clip on YouTube with can't help with the mic, with Ocho Cinco. It was a quick clip where I don't know the game and I don't know the guy. I'll just tell you the event. This is almost like a trivia question for you. He went to hit the guy, and the guy hit him so hard. That's right, it was Ray Lewis. And it was like he ran into a Mack truck and just exploded.
I want to hit Ray.
Yeah.
Ray hit me.
Right. Ray, and I watched it over and over again. Ray did not hit him.
Not hard.
Dude.
Ray Lewis was a sledgehammer. I mean,
did Ray Lewis try to shoot him after that?
I don't know. did they find his clothes? I don't know. So we all know that I have a friend who played in the NFL for a while. He said one of the toughest people to cover in his career was Ocho Cinco.
Was he that quick on his? He was just that.
Great quickness, feet, agility, just great route runner. He said he was as tough as time in the NFL.
I don't think he drinks either.
No, I mean he had that he had that one incident which kind of marked his career, but
What? No.
The domestic violence.
Did that ruin it?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that for a second?
Yeah, he was in Miami. It was on hard. I mean, it's pretty well done.
What do you mean hard?
HBO reality show, NFL training.
I never went.
Okay. And I guess he's married to, I don't know, famous at the time. I don't know who it was, but allegedly they got an argument in the car and they butted us. I'm not sure. I don't know. This could be a fourth or fifth story. I don't, it's out there. You can look at it. He got released the next day.
And that was it.
That was it. Yeah. Spent some time in Miami.
Dude, I think it's funny. A couple of years ago, before 30 for 30 did the special on Bo Jackson, I kept saying to people, "Hey guys, what happened to Bo?
Yeah.
He was huge. He was huge on the field, off the field. I get it. He got hurt and it ended his career as a superstar. He was still a good athlete afterwards, but not the Superman that he was. And when I say Superman, they were on the 30 for 30. They were actually talking about how he ran up on the wall, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, my fucking dick ran up on the wall." And then they showed the clip. He runs up on the fucking wall.
But he was.
He's insane.
What was your favorite Bo Jackson highlight from that documentary? Was it that?
No,
Because I have
my highlight is that he's out there with bows and arrows, shooting bows and arrows at
fishing.
And yeah, and the other thing, he knew he was a good athlete when he was little because he was pelting his friends with rocks. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid having rock fights with other kids.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine pelting by Bo Jackson. You will put a knot on the side of your fucking head with a rock.
My favorite question, Juice, is when he throws out Harold Reynolds. I think he's playing left field for.
Don't tell me he threw left field all the way.
Royals. He goes back on a fly ball over his head. He takes it one hop off the wall. Now he said about a warning track off his back.
Please don't tell me he doesn't hit the fucking. Don't tell me he doesn't. He doesn't cut off guy.
Man. He just goes off his back foot. I think he's letting it breaks all the way back. So this isn't a crow hop. He's not putting everything to his throw. Yeah, if I remember correctly, bare hands it. He just turns around
to home,
throws him out at home. It's one of the craziest throws I've ever seen. You can't appreciate how far that is.
Yeah, I can.
It's like I've been out there. I've played in stadiums like that, not major league stadiums, but
and you can't even see.
That's 300,
right?
40 feet at least,
right?
In the air. This is an absolute pose, and it's like you don't appreciate how hard that is until you try to do it. Oh, and I had a good arm for normal, and that's
so. Then let me ask you this: how come so many people, as throwing out the first pitch, how do they fuck it up? Can't you just throw it high and lob it in so you don't embarrass yourself?
And how many people are really at?
None.
Well, how many,
so if they say, I want you to throw the first pitch, okay, I'm going to lob it in.
You know what? How many people?
Everybody.
How many? 30,000?
Yeah.
How many times have we thrown anything with 30,000 people?
Bro, I think I've practiced a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, okay, but how much, really practice?
Practice?
Well, if you're going to practice, you're not going to push you out there. You're going to fool yourself.
Right.
I mean, how much ball have you played lately?
None.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but all those things together,
I mean, I'm sure you can hit the catcher. I
Right.
think, but like you see people.
But they don't expect you to fucking fire a 90-mile-an-hour missile in there.
Well, no, but I mean, we're not talking about athletes in most cases. I mean,
You're talking about like the president, this and that, probably.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm on base here on this?
No, I mean, major league pitchers have a hard time throwing it where they want. I mean, what chance does a normal person have who's going out there with very little practice, if any,
First of
in
all,
front of 40,000 people for the first time? You know what I mean? Like, that's a different animal. We're talking about a lot of people.
all right, tomorrow we're going to the baseball field. I'm going to throw a pitch to him.
Okay.
I'm going to
My
say,
glove, especially now that the spring's going. Always in the
fuck that. Let's get the close out.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
It's amazing the transition. I said, when I started probably my career professionally, maybe almost 15 years ago, for sure, you know, people would be like, you play golf? I'm still an athlete.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I have a cock in the
I'm
balls.
still an athlete.
I couldn't.
Yeah. And now I'm ready to give it all. Play golf once a week.
Bro, can I tell you something? You know what I think your mistake was? Not playing golf in high school. Your height and your athletic prowess and the leverage that you can get with your height and what you hit now, you would have been ape raping it. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I know guys that just walk out there and shoot 70 their first time. I think a lot of that, it's just like anything else. People, like professional athletes, I think 90% of the plus is God given. I don't know if I could have worked hard enough to be that good at golf. Like I'm fine for a normal person. Like fine. Like I'm not. I can play with anyone and not make a fool of myself, but I'm not good. You know, and I don't think me playing at 11 or 12 would change that.
I don't know. I think you're such a good athlete. I think you're wrong. I think that you could have killed it. I really do. I've seen you play.
Well, shit, I'm gonna roll with that. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
You know,
had I started,
my father, I wanted to play golf.
I could have been.
I could have been a good golf for my father when he wanted me to play baseball. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then your father's gonna be like,
baseball and basketball.
asshole, you can do whatever you want. I never fucking play golf.
Yeah, everything else.
You know, my son got so mad at me because in high school I would not let him go out for football, and I was like, son, you will be tackling fire. All right, they will destroy. You will actually get hurt.
He could have been a good defensive back, I think.
No,
Because
really,
well, the high school here is small. It's not like he wasn't going to be playing against gargantuan schools.
I don't know. I did go watch the local team play
Because
when
Group
I was
2, Section 2.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm not yet.
You know, not.
that's not going to make you get hurt any less.
That's
It's just like the same size of the high school I went to. It's like relatively small. That's all I'm saying. By the way, just to circle back on the Bo Jackson thing, you guys overlooked one crucial highlight when he takes the baseball bat and breaks it over
his knee.
Yeah.
breaks it at his head. Snaps it over. his head.
Didn't another player try to do that? He's like,
It's been a couple tries and he finally snapped it.
but Bo was like it was like kindling. He was like,
And I don't think a lot of guys do that and it's already broken. You know?
no, shut up.
So guys will break their bat and then they'll snap it over their knee. So they'll take a pitch on the hands and it'll crack the bat or in the outside corner.
Yeah.
It'll crack the bat. And then it's like it's not that big a deal. I think he swung and missed. And just
Got mad.
snapped it quick. Yeah. It makes it impressive.
So, dude, let me ask you this about aluminum bats.
Okay.
Why?
Cheaper.
Really? But it's all in high school, right?
Yes. So
Is that it? It's
I think
cheaper.
it's cheaper. Yeah. I mean, I think is there only so much wood? I think it's cheaper.
I don't think there's so much. No,
Well,
I
I mean,
don't.
I agree. I mean, as someone who pitched in college, high school, I would prefer to pitch to guys who are hitting with wood.
Why is that too?
Just because the good hitting price is the top. I mean, there's no cheap base hits really. I mean, there are, but not as many. Like you can miss you can miss as a hitter and hit a home run from the bat.
Really, dude? I didn't know that. What do you think, Jim?
If you're strong enough, you can hit what the bat hit when 330 that left the line.
I know nothing about baseball, honestly.
So luckily,
Dude, you know what? I'm a little disappointed with you, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You won't go to a big baseball player. You're bored at a baseball game. I don't get that.
No, I'm not.
You said that.
Well, yes, I am bored of baseball game, and that's I think a larger what's kind of going on with baseball.
Oh, because they're not playing baseball; they're playing numbers.
No. I just mean like today's generation, the attention span is shorter. There's too many things at their disposal. Baseball really hasn't changed. It's slow.
What's that got to do with you?
Well, for me, just at the Yankees games, I just don't like feeling like I'm being taken advantage of in any scenario, regardless of.
All right, so talk to me about this.
Fine. So, if you go,
unless I'm boring you with sports.
No. Please. I can talk about this every time we do this, but
Juice, are you okay with this conversation?
I'm great.
Yeah, just from me. I mean, me personally, if you go to the store at Yankee Stadium, you're paying, a 20%, 30% markup. What do you pay at like Modell's for stuff? I mean, the prices they charge are insane. And the way the Yankees have done business for the last 2 years since George Steinbrenner died, it's disgusting. They're talking about like they don't have it. Like they have to do the election. Look at your business. It's not that they want. But reality is, as a fan, no one can charge the like everything and then yes, I'm working the way that they don't fucking talk to me about money. I don't want to hear about your money problem. Like COVID. Oh, we have to pay. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. They're the fucking New York Yankees. Okay? You're the most profitable, most highly valued franchise in sports. No, don't talk to me about it. So, like, anytime that comes up, it's like, I'm like, I can't do that. I don't really think anything.
What are the Yankees? What's the franchise valued at?
God, billions.
What did George Steinbrenner pay for the Yankees?
Oh shit!
$10 million.
Is it?
And he got a bunch of partners to invest with him.
Right.
And he actually did. I think by the Indians first. Oh,
really? Is that true? I didn't know that.
I think it's the team in the Midwest.
Dude, why did I love it so much when Steinbrenner was in charge and involved and got his nose in? It was. Who did it like?
People who didn't like the Yankees.
Oh,
like when he died, I remember I put up a Facebook post or something like that. I was like, you know what? Thank you. Just thank you. I was like, it's in 1996. I'm 12 years old, and I'm maybe 11. No, 12. And I'm in a living room. My dad, my best friend, the biggest Yankee fan I've ever met. They haven't won a World Series since the late 70s, and we're on the edge of our seats in every game. I think they lost the first few games to Atlanta. So like they won Game 6.
That was huge.
One of the greatest moments of my life. My father and I are jumping, we're hugging each other, we're screaming. I'm 12. It's an incredible moment, and that doesn't happen without
electric.
Yeah, that doesn't happen without him. So like to me, like, I'm so grateful for him, the way he did business, and the way and what he did for the franchise.
No, not to go on a tangent. Your father's great. Love him to death. I can't talk to him at the Yankees because he's so scary. Because I said I made the mistake. I was out to dinner with your dad, and I go, Tom, what about those Yankees? Don, let me tell you something. There's no fucking accountability. And I'm like this. I'm like, wow, I don't even know how to spot with you. I'm like, I didn't even know what it fucking meant. What do you mean there's no accountability? There's no fucking accountability.
This thing nobody wants to hear.
No, it's not that. I don't even understand it. I mean, what do you mean accountability?
He just don't have the acumen to keep up with it.
But I'm like, I don't even know where he's coming from with that. I'm like, and he goes into it. I'm like, sorry.
Especially
about the Yankees. Forget it.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't really dig the way they do business now. They play. I remember I talked about this on here before. They insist on going about it like a small market team, and they want to cry about money. Like, we've all been to the stadium. We know what the charge.
We've been to the cathedral.
That new stadium too. I think it's
I don't. I could.
You know what? I want to shit on it. I think I like it.
It's just not the same.
No, well, it goes back to our point of view. Like, nothing's the same as when you were a kid. But like, I think it's a beautiful stadium.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not like they didn't screw it up that bad.
City Field's the nicer. Yeah. It's the nicer of the two. The people say.
I've been to both. Yeah, I mean, they're both great. I enjoy my time both.
It's just like, the Red Sox are never going to tear down Fenway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think you talked to a lot of the players who play there. I mean, like the ambiance of the stadium is great. Like, the amenities is shit. I mean,
right.
That matters to you.
I just mean in terms of like it being a historical site almost. Yeah. From that point of view.
I have. You remember that? I don't want to mention his name because he's a pretty important guy. But you know that gentleman we went to with his son and those other people for that dinner, have a cigar. They're incredible Yankees, right? And they invited me. They said, "Hey Don, when the Yankees, you weren't around a lot this summer. I'm down the fucking shore." He goes, "Yeah, what's the way?" I'm like, "Okay." They said, "Listen, why don't you come over and watch one of the Yankees?" So the son pulls me aside. Listen, yeah. He goes, "Mr. George, just a heads up." He goes, "I want to tell you, if you do come for a Yankee game, we'll have cigars, drinks, everything. We have kind of a rule." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. What's the rule?" "No fucking talking. There's no talking. We're watching the game." And I'm like, "God, but that." I'm like, "I'm about to kiss you on the mouth," because one of the things I hate when I go to a game is I don't want to be
3 minutes left to see.
Okay, I don't want to be yakking about work or your car doesn't start. I want to watch the fucking game. Right. So I don't mind a little chit chat, but I'm watching the fucking game here. And every time I take a customer or something to a Yankee game, they're like talking like, "Game, yeah, you don't want to get hit with a ball." Where's your head on losing the game early? You know how everybody starts piling out.
Yeah, you know what?
What's your thought?
I think adults take professional sports fandom a little too seriously. In general, I think at some point it can be pathetic. Everything that's going on. So I think every game, I had a friend of mine say this to me once. I think there's a point in every single sporting event, for the most part. I mean, there's obviously exceptions, and those are great ones, but when it's time to leave. Like,
really,
we're all adults. I don't want to sit in 4 hours of traffic.
Gotcha.
I want to go home.
Gotcha.
I don't care if it's the greatest inning for a regular season ball game ever. They scored 15 runs in the night, over the night. I'm not that fine. I can sleep in that. I'd rather not traffic. But yeah, I don't mind. I don't sit there.
Some people freak out if you say.
Those are those asshole breathers. Those who are like, "You're not a real fan." Okay. Okay. Fine.
Gotcha.
Fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, fine. Like those momos who are what's his name? The guy who's on who's on with Michael K. He just badges people like they're real fans. Like, okay, like, dude, like,
is that just the
fine? I don't think so. You can't fake it for that one. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. So that's me. I'm not a real fan.
I have two stories actually. Story number one, 2002-ish. It was a Friday night game, Yankees game. Went to extra innings. We left at like inning 13. We got home. The game was still fucking on.
Wow.
You knew it.
Story number two, whatever Jeter's last year was, I forget the exact year. 2011-ish, 2012-ish, whatever it was. Jeter wasn't in the fucking lineup. So at the 7th inning stretch, I look at my friend. He looks at me. He goes, "You want to take an Uber to the Devils game?" And we're like, "Fuck it, yeah." So we actually went right from the stadium to the Rock.
So I got the story. Jeter's last game, day game, right? My boss goes, Want to go see Jeter? Last day game tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm on like donkey.
Sure.
So I get to the parking lot 2 hours before the game, and I'm online, and I'm working. Right before the game starts, boss. Where are you guys? We're at the Yankees. Oh yeah. Well, what the fuck you do? That shit to do. Pack it all up. Go back to the office. He's there, and then he leaves, and I'm like, you fuck, just to squeeze our balls, and we missed it.
That's the resume you signed up.
For
I never worked. See, my social security number is 178528738.
can I take it in a shot glass?
Ooh,
Jeez, that's disgusting. That's fucking gross.
You're a one hook search away from it.
As long as I'm not in it. So when you watch porn on your computer,
And I know they don't.
how do you know they're not watching you on your phone? Really?
Really.
Do you think that you did? By the way, do you guys want to hear something really, I mean, not surprising,
Yeah.
but entirely fucked up?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we do here.
All right, so for the last year or so, I've gone off the deep end in wristwatches.
Okay.
I've gone absolutely fucking insane to the point where every single night I will spend 2-3 hours just looking at watches.
Okay.
And I've gone nuts for Seiko watches.
Right.
Right. I own 2 Seiko watches, but I'm going to be buying a lot more. Right. And the first watch I bought was a $450, what they call mine, it's a samurai watch called Save the Ocean. So diver watch, beautiful watch, not expensive. Right? Second watch, $150 watch, all automatic, real wrist watches. I haven't been on Facebook for, let's see, ever. I got on Facebook about 3 or 4 years ago. I tracked down my cousin who lost his phone number, moved to Myrtle Beach. It's the only reason I got on. I've never been on since. I went on Facebook because my kids are telling me, hey, if you want to sell something, marketplaces, go. So let me check this marketplace thing out. I get on Facebook. I'm flooded with Seiko watch ads.
Yeah.
How the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Explain that.
Do you have the application on your phone, or you
No.
just okay? All right, and I don't know because
No.
if you had the application on your phone,
Nope, I get the connection.
Yeah.
I get it. How are they tracking? So somehow Facebook, and I delete my history every time that browser closes.
Yeah,
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
apparently.
So if for you people listening out there, when you shut your phone off and then you go and you're talking about dog food, and then all of a sudden, there's alcohol dog ads, and you go on. I don't give it that fucking phone, TV, everything is, and for all you assholes out there who are so into your privacy, but you have Alexa in your house.
Yeah.
So when your wife is strapping it on, giving it to you up the ass, and Alexa's hearing every fucking word, but you're so concerned about, well, we can't let the government give passwords to find out about terrorists, but you got Alexa in your house, and they're collecting everything you say.
Are there do ads pop up tagging, or is that?
I don't even know what that is.
That's
How about I know what docking is. I have a lot of docking ads. The first time I heard docking
from me.
No, that's the second time I heard it. The first time, you know what I heard of? Deadpool. When he was hugging somebody, he goes, "This is what the kids call docking." It's like, what is that?
Yeah,
Again, my wife, who's the straightest person in the world, doesn't like anything dirty at all. Her favorite movie in the whole world is Deadpool.
That's surprising. Knowing divine mishap what we do, that's surprising. She's the definition of a
Of holy.
school
Right, of holy.
lady.
Hey, put Deadpool on. That's a funny movie. Okay.
Your son pulled up the smoothest movie I've seen in a while.
What's that? He get me up for money. That's pretty smooth. Hey, Dad. Got a 20.
At your daughter's wedding. Yeah, we were all on the we were all groomsmen.
Yeah.
And, I was sitting next to him. I looked down at his socks. He's got black socks on. It's just a Deadpool. I'm like, that's all right. Very cool. I want to drive our attention today being March 9th to our music in the background. All right, Story, greatest of all time.
Dude, how much money is the state still raking in?
Who knows? Who knows? I mean, hopefully it's billions of dollars.
I don't know. I think he's like a Jimi Hendrix bank that just keeps on making money year in and year out.
Nobody's got a goal like that. Nobody.
I agree.
He was just born to do this.
Sure.
And he got it at 24. What a sin.
Yeah, I agree.
What a fucking sin.
Agree. Yeah.
And not doing anything, right? Just in his car.
Yeah. Out of control.
But think about it, East Coast, West Coast.
There's also conspiracy theories that was like not really a thing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think it's East Coast, West
I took it at face value. Yeah, it was. The story is pretty well documented. Tupac had New York.
Yeah.
In Midtown. And video. He got wrong and blamed it on big post crew. And that's kind of took a whole off. Whether they called it, I don't know. They want, but who knows?
Well, Suge Knight was definitely doing some shady shit.
I'm sure that was the reason for all of it. I mean, he was driving. He was the primary driver. I mean, he was.
I don't know the story.
Well, he was a bad guy. So he kind of set everything down the wrong path. I mean, if you watch the documentary, I mean, that's the reason that Tupac was. No, I don't know. No, I can speculate all we want, but
Hey, Donnie G, we're at the 37-minute mark. Not to.
no, man.
You want to wrap?
If you want to wrap, do another one.
Another one. I
Actually wanted to throw a bird.
Or we just want to keep it going.
I think it's a mistake to keep going. I think that how do we wrap it up? You gonna hang?
Absolutely.
This is a nice slow burning stick, man.
That's a good stick. Did you're downstairs? You're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
How long is it gonna hang out? We're just wondering.
I'm gonna take it out. Are we done?
If you want to say bye, the sets out there. All right.
Good night.